Hello boys and girls, welcome along to what I think we can now officially refer to as the penultimate stream in this room, because we're committed, we're all in. We've got a van hired for the weekend, we've given notice on the storage unit, all of the furniture, all of the IKEA furniture is arriving on Wednesday, and we have committed by the time we go to bed on Sunday night, at the very least, the stream area will be completely set up in the new studio. So this time next week should be the first ever stream from the new studio. If there's not a stream this time next week, it means something went wrong. But basically, as soon as Friday's stream ends, we're packing all this away and getting it out of here. So yeah, there definitely won't be more than one more stream in this room. Can't 100% promise there'll be a stream this time next week. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. But welcome along, everybody. How are we doing? If you missed Friday's stream, we started building this before I had to have an early finish. We don't need to discuss why I had to have an early finish. But this is the antique collection from the BrickLink Designer Program, series 7, 8? 10? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm glad they're switching to years rather than series numbers. It's the most recent one that came, I think. And we've built the little chair and the little table with the little books. And now we have to build the little wardrobe with all the lovely things in it. So we're going to be doing that. Let me know down in the comments what you're going to be building along with us. Of course, we are going to be building in our block party tray, available from blockpartytray.com. I think they're all still in stock from Friday, so if you want one, you should be able to grab one. And of course, as ever, the stream is sponsored by Holy. The link is pinned in the chat. It's in the description. I'm on the lemon hydration drink this evening because we're trying to use up our lemon. But we got a big delivery of the iced teas today because Matt's a big fan of the iced teas, so I got his favourite flavours of iced tea and I've just stocked them in the kitchen in the studio. And we also, they said to me, I got a message from Holy last week saying, do you want a Holy neon sign for the studio? And I was like, oh, I'll have a neon sign if you want. It arrived today. I mean, the picture they sent me gave no indication as to what size it was. It's bigger than my tumble dryer. We've not had it out of the box yet, but I think we're going to have a massive Holy neon sign in the studio, which is going to be fun. We like a bit of fun. Ellie, thank you very much for 27 months. Ian, is that? Yes, Ian. My eyes, I've got old man eyes. It's because I'm not using the iPad for the chat. I'm having to squint and look at it on the laptop. Ian, thank you very much for 17 months. Very much appreciated, both of you. And we're going to crack on. We're carrying on with bag 5, which is where we left off on Friday. And we are going to get this finished tonight, hopefully. Evening all off on our Holes Wednesday and flying from Manchester, so travelling down from Newcastle tomorrow, going to the Discovery Centre in the Trafford Centre. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The reason Anna's not in here is just because there's no room. The room is half disassembled. There's literally nowhere for her to be. It's nothing to do with Anna. I mean, she wanted to be on, but we looked in here and we were like, it's going to be so much work getting this room to the point where you can be on. So let's just not. Have a week off and you can make your glorious return in the first stream in the studio next week. So yeah, Anna's fine. It's just, this room is a mess. It's half disassembled. There's stuff all over the floor. It's just not really, we can't really fit 2 people in here currently. So it's fine. I'm a third of the way through Palace Cinema. Lovely. Oh yeah, that's old enough that you're only, I mean, three numbered bags is good. If you go a little bit earlier, you'll get to the point where there's just 2 bag numbers. You have stage 1, stage 2, downstairs, upstairs. I think Palace Cinema is downstairs, upstairs, roof. I think they're the 3 stages, and then there's loads of bags in each stage. The good old days. Kev removed Anna's furnishings. Well, she has finally sent me a link to the chair that she wants. So I'm going to get her chair ordered after the stream. My chair's already there, which you saw in the video that came out yesterday. But that chair's too big for Anna. Her little legs dangle off of it. So we're going to order Anna a chair similar to the one that she uses downstairs here at the moment. Has she done any plans for what she wants the room to be like once she inherits it? No, we're a long way from that stage yet. I don't actually think this room will get emptied this weekend. We have it as a stretch goal for this weekend to actually empty this room. But basically the goal for this weekend is get everything from the storage unit over to the studio. And then if we end up with time left while we've still got the van, we will we'll move the Lego from in here, and then if we have even more time left while we've still got the van, we'd like to move the shelves to go into the storage room in the office, in the studio. I don't think we're going to get to that point this weekend. I think we're going to need another weekend with a van a little bit further down the line to actually empty this room out. So although this will be the last stream from in here, I don't think this room will actually be empty for Anna to take over for a little while. A few more weeks yet, at least. We shall see. Will you move your backlog to the studio? Will there be a video of you emptying the Lego room? I mean, there'll be a video. I mean, it won't necessarily be a video of just us emptying the room, but certainly the whole process is being recorded. I mean, presumably you've seen the videos we've done so far on the setting up the studio process. The whole process is going to be documented in that kind of style. So yeah, there'll be videos. And yeah, the backlog's going. The backlog will be going in the store. That's what the storage room in the studio is for. All of the backlog goes in there. We should get to the point eventually, and it won't necessarily get to this point straight away because a lot of it is mixed in. But the idea is, before we're done, we want to get to the point where all work Lego is there, and the only Lego left in the house is personal collection stuff. Because obviously we're not going to completely empty the house of Lego. There's stuff we had from before we started the channel. There's stuff we've received as gifts and bought but didn't use in content and don't really use for display. So, and like all the wall art that we've got here at home will probably stay on the walls here at home because it will make a mess removing it. So not everything is going to be going, but yeah, we'll get to the point where the majority of the Lego, certainly all of the work Lego, will be there, because that's the point of it. I don't want to be sat. I don't ever want to find myself in the situation where I'm sat there wanting to make a video, because this comes up quite often. You've probably noticed it in videos where I've talked about sets that I've built, but can't show you them because they're somewhere else. I never want to get to the point where the set that I want to build is somewhere else, or the set that I want to talk about is somewhere else. It all needs to be there all the time. That's the point. I'll be there. The Lego needs to be there with me. What am I going to buy on August the 1st? I'm going to put a video out about that. Probably tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow it might be I might do every set releasing on August the 1st. And then maybe later in the week I'll do my shopping list for August the 1st. But as a general gist, I definitely want the Donkey Kong set. I want the buildable Animal Crossing. I want the new remote control tumbler. I think that's August as well, isn't it? So there's a few bits. I need to look through the list and remind myself what's actually coming out, because I don't remember what's coming out. I need to look it up. That's why I need to make the video. Comments not showing us. Comments don't show on screen. They show in the comment. In the chat shows in the chat. It won't be on the screen. Have you got a 26-foot lorry to move like Brixie? I don't understand American measurements, so I don't know how many feet the lorry is. It's basically a transit van. So I suspect not. Remember, we're in the UK. We don't have to do anything as extreme as these North Americans do. Everything's smaller and more normal here. Everything over there is just too big, isn't it? Too big. Too much of it. Have you seen the Spanish exclusive World Cup? I have. It's very cool. How cool would it have been if England had won and I could have had one of those? Because you can only buy it in Spain, which I think is even cooler. Because not only is it a nice souvenir for Spanish people to commemorate winning the World Cup for the second time, but it's also going to be a really collectible Lego set because it was only available in one country, and that country wasn't a major Lego market. So I imagine it's to the point where I'm like, so I guess I'm taking a trip to Spain then, because I feel like it's a no-brainer to get my hands on that, because it's going to be so collectible, because there's going to be relatively few of them. Have you got the iced coffees from Holy? Not yet. I asked them for them today. I thought they were sending them automatically. I think we had some crossed wires because I sent them 2 messages. One, well, I sent them 2, they sent me 1, and I think somewhere in the mix they misunderstood what I was asking for, because they said, do you want the iced coffees and do you want the neon sign? And I said yes, and also can I have the can I have these iced coffee flavours, have these iced tea flavours to stick in the studio for Matt to drink while he's there working? And I think they've taken that as me saying yes to the sign and not the coffee, because I haven't had the coffee. So I've asked today and said, can I have the coffee too, please? Because I would really like to try the iced coffees, but I've not had them yet. The idea of them sounds awesome though. So I am keen to get involved, but haven't had them yet. The players all got sets as well. Well, that is that's better than the silly ring that they all got. I'd much rather have a commemorative Lego set. If the players have already had the set, that means there's an even more collectible one that exists, which is the Argentina version. Because if the players have already been given them, that means they made both for at least enough for the player presentation, which means there is now somewhere in the world at least 26 Argentina versions, which is even more collectible. I forgot to put this bit on this side, so pop that in. Oh, maybe not. Pop that in as well. Thank you to you and Anna for recommending Holy. It is a great product. Make sure you use our discount code. It will continue to save you money. It's not a one-use only code. And obviously the more you use it, the more they'll continue to support the channel as well, which is an extra super duper bonus for us. But yeah, it's 10% off every order, not just your first order, so you can keep reusing the code to save your pennies. This wardrobe is quite sizable. Only thing missing from last night's World Cup final was another rendition of Madonna singing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. I tell you what, I saw so many people tweeting about how weird the halftime show was. I didn't watch it. Me and Matt were listening to it on the radio because we were working in the studio and he wouldn't let me set the telly up because there's an order of doing these things and it's not time to set the telly up yet. So we listened to it on the radio. So imagine listening to the halftime show where you can hear the music and then you have Kelly Cates trying to describe what's happening on screen in front of her. So you've got commentary over the top of it. And some of the things she was having to describe, it was absolutely bonkers. I can highly recommend going on BBC Sounds and listening to the halftime show radio version, because it was mad. Do you glue Lego sets? I do not glue Lego sets, no. Unless I'm trying to rage bait people on TikTok, in which case I will a bit, because it gets people talking. And you gotta love a bit of rage bait. I guess is that the top or the bottom of the wardrobe? I don't even know. The bottom, I guess. You wouldn't build from the top, would you? That must be the bottom. Bag 6. The Muppets were the coolest thing in a halftime show. Question is anyone going to sit in the chair? I mean, I need to find someone who will fit in the chair. It's a little bit too small for Mario or Kevin. Piglet would fit in it. I'm looking at Piglet now. Piglet would fit. Lotso might fit. Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll come up with a plan. I see Argos have removed the Donkey Kong link now. Yeah, I mean, they left it up for more than a day. That ship has definitely sailed. Just about to start on one of the new Ferris wheel 3-in-1s, and I have a large pile of unsorted Lego in my block party tray and my table. Lovely stuff. Received my clip-on building light today. Only ordered last Friday evening. Excellent product and great service. That is very cool. Yeah, Snoopy might fit. We'll experiment a little bit. We'll find someone to sit in it. You can't have an empty chair. That's just not civilized, is it? There we go. Space Baby might fit in the chair, yeah. I might just build one of the Duck Army and have a duck sat in the chair. An excuse to start the Duck Army. Which I've already decided. I'm filling the kitchen in the studio with the Duck Army. There's so much empty cupboard space. Obviously, we've got a cupboard for Holy. We've got a cupboard for snacks. And then there's a load of empty cupboards. They're getting full of ducks. That's where the Duck Army is going. We're going to have some fun building the Duck Army for that kitchen. I'm jealous of the plastic bags. I hate the feel of the paper ones. That's a good point, actually. They're plastic. On a relatively new BrickLink designer program set. A BrickLink set's always plastic? I don't remember. I just don't have a preference. I know a lot of people have a strong preference one way or the other. I care so little I rarely even notice. Is Donald Duck going to be the leader of the Duck Army? I would love a buildable Donald Duck like the buildable Mickey and Minnie. But I don't believe such a thing exists. So, Lego, if you're watching, and I know you are, what's going on? Why have we got like 3 buildable Stitches and not a single buildable Donald? Don't you realise who the main guy is around here? We'd like a buildable Donald, please. And Anna would like a buildable Daisy because she loves Daisy. Big fan of Daisy is Anna. Whether the bags or paper or plastic, you can tell the long-time Lego builders. Make sure there are no pieces left behind. Yeah, exactly. The main thing to remember as well is whether they're paper or plastic. They're not recyclable because the paper ones are plastic lined. So it's an utterly empty gesture. It makes no difference. Does this count as a chair in the house? Absolutely it does. Chairs equal wealth, as we all know. This is a chair for the studio. I feel like this is going to very quickly get so big that I can't hold it in my hand like this to build it, because it's going to start falling apart soon, because it's already getting quite big and unwieldy. Is August 1st going to be the biggest release day of the year? No. That would be January the 1st, followed by June the 1st. I imagine August 1st will be 3rd. I guess the thing that August the 1st has going for it compared to June the 1st, which might move it into second place, although I think there's fewer sets coming out. Obviously, we're getting some very popular themes like Pokemon. I think the One Piece stuff is out. But the big thing about August the 1st is it's in the school summer holidays and it's on a Saturday, I think. Whereas June the 1st was on like a weekday work day, and kids were at school and stuff. So June the 1st, although it was busy, wasn't like super duper mega busy because the stars didn't align for it. Whereas August the 1st, being relatively close to the start of the school summer holidays and a Saturday, I suspect it probably won't be quite as busy as January the 1st was, because that was a bank holiday, so everyone was off work as well as off school, and of course we had Stranger Things mania. But I do think August the 1st, there's going to be some queues at the Lego store, so brace yourself for that. It's going to be a busy one, especially with all the Pokemon stuff, which is obviously going to be popular. I'm just going to move this out of the way so I can rearrange what I'm doing a little bit so that I can have this actually in front of me, because I worry if I keep holding it in my hand it's just going to explode in a minute. Where is Anna? Anna is in the living room. Like I said on Friday, don't expect Anna on stream in this room now. There's only going to be one more stream in here. This time next week we should be streaming in the studio and Anna will be there. But because the room is half disassembled now, there's no room. There's no room in here now. There's no floor space. There's nowhere for Anna to go. There's nowhere for Dave to go. So yeah, no Anna tonight. Probably no Anna Friday, but she will be back Monday and we'll be in the studio, which will be very exciting. It is the bottom. I asked you to send Matt to me, but you didn't, so I've had to spend the day painting my own kitchen ceiling. Look, Matt's busy. He's finished work now, so I imagine he's in the studio chopping wood and assembling tables. That's how I left him last night, because he's a hero. So I'm afraid I'm going to be keeping him occupied for a few more weeks yet. Thoughts on the final yesterday? I didn't watch it. I was at the studio. We didn't have a TV set up yet. I'm glad Argentina didn't win, but that aside, I was home. I got home in time to see the goal, and from listening to it on the radio, it sounds like it was pretty dull. We all know the real final was the night before. The unwritten rule that if it's 0-0 at full time in the final, then they actually make the third place playoff from the day before the official final, and England are now world champions, and nobody can argue with me. It's just how it is, I think you'll find. What are we making? We're continuing doing the BrickLink antique collection that we started on Friday. And I'm trying to make my colourblind eyes work. I think this is the colour it's supposed to be. It's the only piece that matches the piece. It just doesn't look like the colour in the instructions. Is Matt allowed out of the new studio? He's allowed to go to work. Because if he wasn't allowed to go to work, then I'd have to pay him. And can you imagine? So it's important that he is still able to earn a living. It's only all his free time he needs to spend in the studio, not all his time. I'm not a monster. He's even allowed to go home to sleep several nights a week. What would you say is the best value set coming out in August? I haven't really had a proper look yet. Best value set? Don't know. Can't remember what's coming. I've got a video where I'm having a proper look tomorrow, and I'll make a video. I can't even remember everything that's coming out off the top of my head. I give a good impression of having an encyclopedic knowledge by revising before my videos. But I haven't done my study yet, so I don't remember what's coming out tomorrow. I think when I had a quick glance through today, I think there's 2 sets that are coming that haven't been officially announced yet. That being the X-Files and the Donkey Kong Arcade. But I think they're the only 2 that haven't been officially announced. So I think we effectively know everything that's coming now, because we know both of them are coming. Because the Donkey Kong set was leaked by Argos, and the X-Files one is a Lego Ideas set, so we already know what it looks like. And we know it's got its own gift with purchase as well. So yeah, we know what's coming. I just can't remember off the top of my head everything that's coming. Will there be a Disneyland Paris trip later this year? I'm not sure this year. I did see a video today that they've got a load of Donald Duck merch there at the moment, so I did say to Anna that we need to go now, and apparently we can't just go now. You have to like plan, book and pay for these things. You can't just, because I proposed we just got in the car, but apparently that's not how you go to Disneyland, which frankly seems completely unreasonable. I don't see why we can't just get in the car. I don't even necessarily need to go in the park. I just want to go and buy some Donald Duck merch. I don't think I'm asking a lot, but apparently that's not okay. This is why we need annual passes, because if we get annual passes, when we get annual passes, then I think I am justified in being like, look, if you don't want to come, I am just going to quickly nip over there and buy my duck merch. Thanks. I'll be back tomorrow. And I think that's reasonable when you've got an annual pass. Less so when you have to pay to get in. But yeah, maybe. The big stumbling block for travel for us for the rest of the year now is trying to get Dave into the kennels. He's got a 10-day block towards the end of September, and this is where some people who don't understand the channels and my job might get offended at the next sentence. But we've got a 10-day block in September, towards the end of September, when Dave's at the kennels. And I think we're going to use it to go on holiday, because we haven't been on holiday for a while. Because what I'm actually describing is we might actually go on a legitimate holiday rather than a work trip. And don't get me wrong, the work trips are super fun and I have a great time. Like Florida was great, the road trip was great, the cruise was great, but they were all primarily work trips, just with really fun elements to them. But we're talking about like a proper holiday. Sugar, what burst off that? A go somewhere and not work kind of holiday, which we haven't had for a long time. So we're toying with doing that, but the thing holding us back from doing that is that the travel channel is going really well at the moment. So it seems a shame to waste the momentum on a holiday. The content creator's curse. I don't really want to waste my free time on relaxing. So we'll see. It might be some kind of hybrid trip where, similar to a lot of the ones we've done, where obviously it's super fun, but we can still make some content out of it. We'll see. But what I'm getting at is that's probably 10 days is too long for Disneyland Paris. And I don't know if there's an opportunity to fit another Disneyland Paris trip in anywhere. So maybe not this year. I mean, we did have 2 weeks in Florida, and we have booked to go back to Florida next April. So it's probably not the end of the world if we don't get to Paris this year. But on the flip side of that, aside from COVID, there hasn't been a year where we've missed since 2018. Disneyland Paris, we do quite like going there. So if I can find a way to get us there, even for a day or two, then we'll get there. We'll see. Are there any more cruises planned? Nothing planned at the moment, but we tend not to plan mega in advance. So there'll definitely be more cruises. Just nothing planned at the moment. Anna still wants to do her, that looks really cool. Anna still wants to do the Northern Lights one that we had to cancel a couple of years ago. So we might rebook that. The problem is, it's so much more expensive now than it was when we booked it. When we booked it, I think probably because we were just coming out of COVID when we booked it. And we booked it for like 18 months in advance. And then it got cancelled as part of Football Manager getting cancelled, and it was a whole thing. But basically, when we were doing it before, it was going to cost about half of what it would cost to rebook it now. And now, to do it now, it would be like the most expensive trip we've ever done. More expensive than Florida was. And as much as I really want Anna to see the Northern Lights from a cruise ship, because she really wants to do it, I find it hard to justify spending close to 5 figures sitting on a boat in the cold for 2 weeks. So I'm not really sure what the plan is with that. Can't Matt look after Dave? Not unless he lives in our house, because I don't think he's allowed animals in his building. He'd have to move into the studio for a little bit of time and look after Dave there. Am I going to Cambridge Brickfest next month? Probably, but I never guarantee. I never know for sure until the day of, usually. But Cambridge is pretty close to home, so there's a pretty good chance if I'm not doing something else, then I probably will be. Take Dave with you as an emotional support animal. There is no way we could enjoy a relaxing holiday with that furry maniac with us. So, no, you're all right. There's a Lumibrick set with Northern Lights Aurora effect. I think she's got it. I'm sure I've seen it in our house. She does buy a lot of Lumibricks. I know we've done a lot of sponsorships with Lumibricks, but she buys a lot of it as well. She is... I think the thing she likes about Lumibricks is I don't pay much attention to what she's doing with Lumibricks. It's kind of her thing. Whereas you've heard her talk on the streams loads of times about how with Lego, I get first dibs on the good stuff, and it becomes a little bit disillusioning, I guess, when all the stuff that she really wants, I nab because I need it for content. And then it's difficult to justify buying a second one when we already own one. And whereas Lumibricks, she just has free reign to get what she wants and have fun with it. So, yeah, there's a chance that's already in this house somewhere. I guess we'll find out when we're moving everything. We're making drawers, I think. This is a very nice little set. I was not sold on this at all when it was first announced, and very nearly cancelled it when it came to dispatch time. I'm pretty glad I kept it because I think it's quite cool. It's a weird set. It's unlike anything else we've got, I think, which is what's going to make it look cool, probably in the backdrop of the streams going forward. I am now, because we've now got more space, I'm now super regretting selling the Transylvania set. I'm already thinking in terms of, well, I guess I'm going to buy the Transylvania set because I want it, and the only reason we don't own it is because we never had anywhere to put it, and now we do, especially with the Midnight Valley collection now becoming a thing. And obviously we're going to have a permanent winter village in the studio. Well, if Midnight Valley's a thing, we'll have a permanent Halloween village in the studio as well. Which means the Adventures in Transylvania set could be part of that. Which means I now need to own it. I should just always buy everything and not try and apply logic and thought and be a grown-up. No good comes from trying to be a grown-up. Just buy everything all the time. I missed the start of the stream, was out driving. Is it called driving a horse? Well, there you go. We did win the show and we're champions. Lovely, lovely. And now I know it's called driving a horse. When am I getting the Disney train set? When I find one for a reasonable price. I'm not in a rush. One thing I am getting quite good at is not overpaying for sets. Certainly retired sets. Is that going to just slide in? It does. Oh, that's clever. That's cool. Yeah, I think because we've got such a big backlog now, it's fairly easy to not overpay for retired stuff because there's nothing that we need so urgently that we have to overpay for it. Are we thinking of getting the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, because we've got a perfectly Eiffel Tower size space for it. I don't know if we will, but it's a consideration for sure. I still don't even know if I like it, but we've got an Eiffel Tower size space. We bought the Adventures in Transylvania with nowhere to put it, but we're going to let Futurists worry about that. Well, normally that's my policy, but when that came out last year, it was at the height of us being skint because this channel hadn't grown to the point it is now yet, and we were still very reliant on the Football Manager channel to pay the bills, and Football Manager had been cancelled, and it was a very stressful time. We were, yeah, there were large parts of last year where I was basically selling stuff to keep the wolves from the door. So it became different. You'll have noticed it in the video. There was a period where we just stopped buying as much. And I even started selling a few bits. So we sold the Adventures in Transylvania. I sold my burner bow that I bought at Bricktastic. There's a few other sets that I sold as well. I sold off a lot of Pokemon cards. Yeah, there were some tough moments last year where, yeah, we weren't really in a position to have a £300 set just sitting there just in case. Whereas now, annoyingly, because cash flow's annoying, now I guess I have to pay $350, $400 to go and get it in the city where I want it. So, stupid world. Stupid world. The little rod that I need for this section isn't... Oh, it is there. It was hiding. What about getting the Titanic now you've got the space? Well, that's the thing. I don't think we have got Titanic space. There's a perfect spot for the Eiffel Tower. But I don't think there's an I don't think there's a Titanic space. We're struggling to figure out where we're going to put the Colosseum. I think the Titanic takes up a lot of space for something that's pretty boring and I'm not interested in. And I know there are some people out there who really like big boats. I am not one of those people. I don't find it particularly interesting to look at. That's not to say we'll never get it, but I'm just not that bothered. Beer Medic, thank you very much for the super chat. Watch the Fantasy Island video. Does the trip get better for Andy? I mean, he had a good trip. He enjoyed that day. He just had that one little incident. I can't see where stuff's supposed to go on here. All the colours are very similar. And they're not very clear at all on an iPad screen. Could you get a brick-built giraffe to go in this space? I mean, I would love to do that. There's the long one of those. I wondered why that other one didn't fit. It was stuck in there. I thought that looked a bit stupid. There we go. A long one of those. Yeah, if anyone has a link to some instructions for a good brick-built giraffe, I'm interested. I have never seen such a thing, and I'm certainly not capable of building one myself. Or designing one myself. I could obviously build it, but I couldn't come up with the design. Thank you for talking about this. I'm barely buying Lego just now due to lack of funds. I desperately need to sell my kids' Lego reverse bag. Yeah, I mean, everyone goes through spells like that. It's a very, very expensive hobby, and I don't think it's realistic to expect to always be able to buy every set that you want or keep every set that you want. It's just, yeah, it's not realistic. If you'd have said to me, like, 3 years ago, that I was going to get to the point where I was spending thousands of pounds on Lego, I'd have been like, well, no, because that's mental. And the only reason it's not mental is because it's our business. But I can't imagine at any other point in my life having a hobby where I'm like, oh, okay, I'll buy this £500 thing. I know I bought a £300 thing last month, but I can buy a £500 thing now. I mean, I was big into games for a long, long time. And like, you'd buy a new PlayStation every, 7, 8 years for that kind of money. But in the meantime, games would be like 40, 50 quid. And if I bought 2 or 3 games in a month, that felt like I was splurging a little bit. And I remember I think it was the PS3 and the Xbox 360 came out basically the same time. And I wanted both, but couldn't buy both. And it's like, Lego makes money not seem real. It's so expensive. It's bonkers. Oh, we've got lots of little bits and pieces in this one. I have a limited budget and limited space, so I have to choose Lego very carefully. And I think that's how like 99% of people in the hobby are. I think that's a completely normal situation to be in. I've been really open many times about the reason our dark ages were as long as they were and as dark as they were is because from the age of like 19 when my eldest daughter was born until just a couple of years ago, we didn't have the time, space or money for collecting Lego. So I didn't buy a Lego set for myself for 20 years probably, because I didn't have the time, space and money to do it. And I think that's, again, a very normal thing for people to go through. I think the expectation that people can go through their whole life always buying every set that they want all the time, it's just not realistic. People will get lucky and will sometimes have periods where they can buy a lot of sets that they want, but I don't think it's really sustainable for anybody to do it long term, like consistently buy a lot of very expensive sets, because they're very expensive. How many bags are in this set? I think we counted 14 on the last stream. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Trying to pick out colours on the screen again. I got a £9 discount on the new Holy Latte range. Thank you, that's awesome. You might get them before me. You'll have to let me know what you think of them. I still haven't got mine yet, and I am very keen to get involved. Oh, I can't spin this too fast, but it's a big thing. It is much. I thought when this was announced it was going to be like the size of the Books Are My Passion set, but this absolutely dwarfs that. This is huge. I had to wait until my mid-50s before getting back into it. Yeah, I was late 20s. Early 40s, because I had kids young. It was literally, I had to wait for all of my kids to grow up and move out before I could afford it, before I had time for it, before I had space for it. And, you know, we weren't in a small house. We had a 4-bed house, you know, we had space, but not Lego space. Yeah, we had to wait to get rid of those little urchins before we could do any of this. I don't know what part we're building now, but it's very confusing on the instructions. I'm a lime mint matcha girl, Kev, so oh yeah, lime mint matcha is incredible. Have you had the apple kiwi matcha? That is up there with the lime and mint one. That is a quality beverage. I didn't realise I was this much of a matcha fan until I started drinking Holy. But it turns out I really like matcha. Part of my ongoing transformation into a middle-aged woman, I guess. Which is what Anna mocks me for it. I sit there doing my Lego, doing my colouring, reading my books, drinking my matcha. I've just ordered grey curtains for the studio. I am a 40-something millennial woman. Holy should do a Lego flask. I suspect the licensing for that would be quite challenging. I did suggest a product to them the other day. I don't know how seriously they took me, but when we were on our way back from Skegness, I sent them a picture of the boot of my car that had like 5 of the Holy tubs in there, kind of falling over because they're quite hard to stack. And yeah, it's hard to stack them up in the boot of a car. Obviously, that's not what they're intended for. They did make the point, just take the sachets when you're travelling. I know. I wanted to take my tubs, but my suggestion was like a travel container for putting multiple tubs in. Apparently, that's a very niche product request. And there aren't many people who feel the need to travel with like 5 different flavours of the tubs. But me and Anna like different flavours, and I like to have some choice. So I don't know if that product's going to be rushed to market, but I have suggested it. A Holy car boot tub organiser. The most niche product in history. Maybe that's something for Sean to knock up. We'll stick it on the Block Party Tray website. The holy tub organizer. Asking for a friend, when's the best age for the kids to leave home so their room can be used for Lego displays? As soon as someone else will have them, whether that's a university, an ex-wife, a new partner. Yeah, as soon as you can find someone to take them off your hands, get them out the door and reclaim your Lego space. There's some cool weapon things in here. So it's a little weapons rack is what I was just building. With some very funky swords. Which presumably has something to do with Ninjago, I imagine. And that stands in the back of our little wardrobe here. Our little curios. Beer Medic, thank you very much for becoming a channel member on the new After Party channel membership, which won't be in action this week. I haven't officially mentioned that yet, but I guess it's there and you've been able to pick it. But as of next Friday, so the first Friday stream in the new studio, there is going to be an after party after every Friday stream. So we'll do the normal Friday stream, and then we will, once we're finished, stay live for another half hour as a members only after party for people who are at the after party level of channel membership, and that'll be on after the Friday streams for about half an hour after the Friday streams, just as a little extra incentive to be a channel member. So yeah, that's going to be a thing starting from next week. And if you like that idea, I'm not proud enough I'm not too proud to admit that ChatGPT thought of that. And I was like, you know what, ChatGPT, that's a very good idea. Okay, we'll do that. Because I was a little dissatisfied with how I was fulfilling Patreon and channel membership stuff. So we've had a bit of a rethink of how both of them are structured to try and make it so that they're easier for me to fulfill. Not easier is the wrong word. More realistic for me to fulfill. But yeah, I thought that was quite a cool idea. So we're going to be doing that. I have seen the Spain edition of the World Cup. It looks very cool. I'm now looking forward to the England one in 4 years' time. Is the after party for members going to be like a school disco, just all online? Kinda, yeah. I don't really know what it's going to entail. It's going to be very much a case of us making it up as we go along and figuring out how the after parties are going to work, I think. I don't really know. I guess we just keep building some Lego or build some different Lego. I don't know. I have no idea. It still counts if you're the first human to think it. I like it. I like it. And now we've got this gentleman. It looks like a Pokemon. I assume he's not. But he's living in there. Just passed on that information to a friend regarding the kids moving out and was met with a look Anna would be proud of. I realise some people are strangely attached to their children. I was ready for mine to move out when they moved out. Because I'm a monster. Right, now we've got loads of little helmets, which again, I assume these are Ninjago and not Power Rangers, which is what they look like to my untrained eye. I tell you what, for Ninjago fans, assuming this is all Ninjago stuff, this is a bit of a must-own set, isn't it? it's quite cool. Is the after party for channel members only or patrons too? The after party will be channel members only because there's no way to make it accessible for Patreon, which is annoying. But there will be some exclusive Patreon streams as well. That will just happen at random times. Now I'm going to be in the studio every day. There will be times when I just go live on Patreon for a bit. And if anyone's there, they can watch live. Otherwise, they can watch the replay. But yeah, there will be live stuff that's exclusive to Patreon as well once we get up and running. Look how cool this is. I like this. This is a much better set than I thought it was. Like I say, I was not convinced about this at all when they first revealed it. And I am changing my tune. Purchase the Iron Man set through your Amazon affiliate link. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Enjoyed watching your travel series to Legoland, Billund and Lalandia. Can you still order the Lego sorting trays that you designed? Yes, absolutely. Here is one of them. The link is in the description. It's blockpartytray.com. And yeah, they get restocked once a week. I think they're currently, all colours are currently in stock. They were at the start of the stream, certainly. So there's a chance we'll have sold out of one or two now. But certainly at the start of the stream, all 4 colours were in stock. If any are sold out, they'll be going back in stock on Friday at 7 PM. That's when we restock once a week. But yeah, we've sold over 150 trays at this point, I think. Which is bonkers, really. It was a complete kind of shot in the dark. I had no idea how well received it'd be. I knew it was a good product. I had no idea how many people would want it, though. But yeah, it's been a really popular product. So very happy with how that's gone down. And it's been, as far as I'm aware, if Sean's there, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think it's been universal praise. I don't think there's been a single person who's bought one who's had a bad word to say about them. I think they are, I mean, it's a good product. And it's demonstrated by everyone who's bought one agreeing that it's a really good product, which is awesome. Very, very proud of it. And now my colour vision is causing me problems again. Question: what do you think of the Lego Ideas announcements and the sets that got parking lotted? Have there been new announcements since last week in Lego? Because I think I talked about it in last week in Lego, didn't I? I can't remember what was added. Remind me. If there's been an announcement today, I've missed it because I've been busy. So I've not paid any attention to... If something's been officially revealed today, I've not even noticed it. I've not been on Instagram, I've not been on Reddit. I am completely out of the Lego loop today. I saw the Spain World Cup on our Discord. But yeah, unless something's made it to Discord, if it happened today, I don't know about it yet. Are you coming to Sheffield Brick Festival on September the 12th? Almost certainly not. I tend to just stick to the brick festivals and national brick events that are within an hour of my house, and Sheffield is outside of that radius. The only way I'd go to one that far away is if by that point it's been like 6 weeks since I've been to one and I need to go to one for content. But I think there's a couple nearer to me around that time, so I don't think I need to venture that far afield. Heartbroken, the missus got me to bin all the Lego boxes, so not me. I mean, Don't worry about binning your Lego boxes. It's more room for Lego. One of the best things we ever did was binning all the boxes and binning all the instructions. We'd have run out of space way before we did if it hadn't been for getting rid of all that stuff. I don't keep the box that my Weetabix comes in either. That goes in the bin once I've eaten it. Toby, thank you very much for the super chat. You can pre-order Arcanine on Smith's cheaper than the Lego store. That's interesting. There's been a few instances of that happening lately. Amazon have been doing that a lot as well. I think there's a few retailers that are just testing out like loss leaders and pre-order discounts, which is, it's interesting. It's a nice, I mean, it's a very consumer friendly development. If that becomes a more consistent thing, I would love to I don't even bother going to Smith's on release day anymore, because I did it for like the first year of the channel. I would go to the Lego store, then I'd go to Costco, then I'd go to Smith's, then I'd go to B&M. These days, I only bother going to Costco because it's the only place that ever has launch day discounts. But if they start to become a little bit more common in other shops as well, that's a great development. So fingers crossed. Would love Lego pricing to get a little bit more competitive. I love that you and Anna wore yellow t-shirts on the first video in the new office. I don't. Did we? A, did we? B, we certainly didn't do it consciously. C, does that mean something that we didn't get because we're old? Or is it just, it was fun that we were coordinated? I don't want anyone to think we were making a statement if it means something. We weren't. Unless it's a good statement, in which case, yeah, we were making that statement. We just put on the clothes that were at the top of the wardrobe, I guess. Argos has the Tower Bridge £10 cheaper than Lego. See, that swings back round the other way and is less of a deal, because when you think about it, the Tower Bridge is what? Is it a £300 set? £300? Which, just your insider's points on a £300 set are worth 15 quid. So actually, buying it for £290 from Argos is worse than buying it for £300 at Lego with insiders points and a potential gift with purchase as well. So yes, I'm in favour of discounts, but they need to be actual discounts, and that isn't. B&M has huge discounts on the football sets now. Yeah, I think it was pretty clear that was going to happen as soon as the World Cup was over. Places are going to want to get rid of that stock. They are great sets. The small ones, the minifigure ones, are really, really good. So if you've got any interest at all in football and you haven't picked them up yet, I've heard stories of them being as low as a tenner. I think they were $10.98 in Costco, and obviously sold out like that because they're great sets. They're 500-piece Lego sets with some of the best minifigures of the year, like detail-wise, for 11 quid. I'd have bought them. I'd have bought the whole pallet. I love that you were matching. Okay. It wasn't deliberate, but it does happen sometimes. Right, bag the 9th. Look how cool this is. Tower Bridge is $260 at Argos and it's $270 at Lego, so it's still slightly better to get it directly from Lego with points, and then becomes much better if there's a gift with purchase. So it's not naughty from Argos, but it's also bordering on being misleading because it's not a good deal compared to buying directly, which I guess it's a little bit naughty, I think. The day England lost, the Messi highlights set came. Perhaps I jinxed it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. next level of my display cabinet. I'm going to stop calling it a wardrobe. It's not a wardrobe. It's a fancy Billy bookcase. Which, by the way, Lego and IKEA, if you want to do Lego versions of the Billy bookcase. I know we've had the Lego IKEA collaborations before. I don't think there currently is one, but how cool would it be? All Lego collectors have Billy bookcases and Kallaxes. They seem to be the thing. So can we have Lego versions of the Billy and the Kallax? Because I just think it would be fun. Minifigure scale. So we can put like our own Lego collections in our houses that our Lego minifigures live in. That kind of thing tickles my brain. Oh, right. Okay, we've got an assortment of these little pokey things now that I have to actually put in the right places. So that one goes there. And then there. I think these are for little tables to go on. Oh no, there. So there. I realise you can't see what I'm doing because it's fiddly and behind the thing. I'll show you when I'm done. It's just a little fiddly bit that has to be done exactly right or the next bit won't line up properly. So we've had to put those little bits in that are then going to have, I think, display tables put on them. What is that? That's that. The colours are so iffy on the PDF. Ugh. Where's my little jewel? Why can't I see my little jewel? What colour is that supposed to be? I mean, I've got a red one. It very much looks Lego. Looks yellow on the PDF. There's only red ones though, so I assume that is supposed to be red, and it's just terrible colour on the PDF. And that goes in there, and then this goes on there. So we just have them stood in there like that. I guess we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We gave my son the Lego Creative Brick Box for his 5th birthday. I built the suggested set of 3 apartments yesterday for him and mentioned it looked like Sesame Street. He made his own Elmo. That is awesome. Very, very cool. I do love the creative, like just the big boxes of bricks. I get them for my nieces. We sometimes get them sets like Friends or Duplo for the little ones, but we always make sure there is just a box of random Lego on hand as well. So if I hear the box of random Lego is getting low, because Lego does go walkabout when there's small people involved, then another box of just mixed Lego goes over there. Very important that kids just have a big pile of Lego to rummage in. The bottom drawer of my chest of drawers in my bedroom as a kid was just full of Lego. That's how childhood is supposed to be. And you feel like you're the king of the world when you've got an entire drawer full of Lego. It's difficult to comprehend as a child of that age how it would be possible for there to be a human being with more Lego than all of the Lego I had in my drawer. If like 7-year-old me could see me now, he would think I was the coolest guy in the world. What a life we've had. But yeah, at the time, I thought I had more Lego than any other human in history, because my drawer had so much Lego in it. It's one of the things I love about buying Lego, working out which deals are actually best. I sit there working it all out, especially whenever places like Argos do. Yeah, see, that stuff is fun. And actually, it's stuff like that the channel is kind of built on as well. So yeah, they not only is it fun to work out, it's also the kind of thing people love consuming as content as well. So I'm all for it. I like the fact it's not straightforward. It keeps me in a job. I had an enormous tub of Lego as a kid. No idea where it came from. Grandad had his ways. I mean, if you keep your eyes out, it's possible just to get random loose Lego relatively easily. We were driving, just driving out of our street the other day, and there was a lad with a decorating table at the end of his driveway. I think they're moving house, but he had a load of stuff from his bedroom with a sign that he was waving at everyone who drove past saying he had stuff for sale. And I didn't stop and look properly, but I noticed there was a couple of the big yellow brick boxes, the big plastic yellow Lego bricks that presumably were just full of loose Lego. So if I'd have been in the market for a load of bulk loose Lego, I imagine I could have got quite a lot of Lego for not a lot of money if I'd have stopped my car. Alas, I did not. And frankly, stuff like that isn't for me. That's for kids to benefit from. I don't want to be the monster who buys up all the cheap Lego from the car boot sale. Let the kids have it. I can buy my Lego from the Lego store. Kids can't. One of my earliest memories as a child is making anyone and everyone who came over to my house build Lego with me. Now I don't ever let them near it. And that is called growing up. Lego F1 helmets were reduced in Costco. Must mean they're getting new releases in August, trying to clear old stock. I mean, don't forget Costco reduces everything, so I don't think it necessarily means that with the helmets. They were discounted in there the day they came out. It's if they get discounted even further that it's an indication of them trying to clear stock. Right. Where is that? That goes there. We've got quite the assortment of balls of things going on this level. Balls and rocks and other pretty items. Yeah. Okay. Trying to work out where everything goes when the PDF is not very clear at all. It's a fun little challenge. Now we're having some flowers. Little white flowers. How did me and Anna meet? I picked her out of a catalogue. There we go. Yeah, I ordered her online. The full story is on the internet somewhere. In various places, actually. But yeah, the short version is I ordered her online. Got little eggs going in now. My youngest turned 13 yesterday. 3 Lego sets. Main gift was the orange cat. That's cool. I used to build my brother's Lego sometimes. Also play with his Action Man. How's the skeggy belly? Recovered now, thankfully. That was a rough couple of days. Yeah, it was kind of an emergency situation on Friday's stream. That came out of nowhere. I realise it all ended very abruptly, but the alternative doesn't bear thinking about. But I am fine now. Wonder how many here know why short stay is called short stay. Probably not many. I imagine there's fewer people than ever who even know who short stay is. Never mind why he's called that. He doesn't feature in the content as much these days. Because we don't have children for him to look after anymore. Although there was a chance he could have been in the videos last week. When we got there, we didn't realise there was going to be a spare bedroom. So we did send him a message when we got there saying, if you want to jump on a train, there's a spare room here for the week. If you want to come along. And he quite rightly said, as a normal human being, well, no, I can't just come like that. I can't just decide, oh yeah, I'll come to Skegness now. I needed a little bit more notice, which seems unreasonable to me. But Anna seemed to think it was a reasonable thing to say. Sometimes I forget that the rest of the world isn't work-shy content creating herberts like me. Oh, this is a bit of an iffy bit. This was definitely had the potential for an explosion, that stage, I think. But look how cool that is now. Is my warfarin sorted now? Nothing's changed so far. I need to send the doctors a message in the morning saying, look, we talked about taking me off this. I still seem to be on it. What's that about? I think that's supposed to be the darker brown there. When's the next Skegness video? Have you seen the one that came out today? If you have, Thursday. If you haven't, now! How's Andy? Best way to judge that is to go watch the Skegness video that came out today. He's in it. Right, doing another little, I think this is a little drawer. Ah, where did that go? Pinged all the way over there. Oh, it's a little side bit. It's not a drawer. It's the little side window. Going to Sea Life Centre tomorrow. Trying to avoid nipping across the bridge to the Lego Discovery Centre. Don't avoid it, just go. The Lego Discovery Centre is great. I've never been to, I assume you're talking Birmingham, because it's the only place where there's a bridge connecting the two, certainly in this country. They're literally next to each other in Manchester. I've never been to the Sea Life Centre in Birmingham. I should probably go at some point. I've watched the Fantasy Island video and the Haven video. Is there a video I'm missing? No, they're the two that are out so far. Unless you're a channel member on that channel, in which case there is one more. But it won't be out for everybody else until Thursday. Where does that go? That goes there. This is a big wardrobe. This wardrobe is like the size of a modular building. It's probably going to end up bigger than one of the buildings on Disney Main Street. which is mad. Have you tried bidding on Brick Prize Draws? I've worked with Brick Prize Draws before. They sponsored the storage unit for a while, which means I can't win their auctions because I don't think there's a rule saying I can't, but for me personally, having worked with them, I won't enter their auctions because I think it just looks a bit iffy if I win. That's why I don't enter any of the auction sites, because I think me winning any of these Lego auctions, I think just looks a bit dodgy. So I think it's just better to not enter them, because it has the potential to make the site look bad. It has the potential to make me look bad. And it's like, I'm not going to get involved. They are great though. Brick Prize Draws and Win Bricks are both great. But I just don't enter them because the reason I just said. Bag 10. Anna would like to see life because she loves sharks. That is true. Anna does love sharks. That is a fact. A little known fact that we don't really talk about. But Anna does love sharks. I had to close my eyes during the latest Skegness video. So many fake goods I'll be forced to report to trading standards. Doesn't matter. They're within 2 miles of the sea. Apparently the law doesn't apply there. After many years of going to the seaside, I can only assume that copyright law doesn't exist within 2 miles of the sea. Because it's not just the fake products, it's the IPs painted on rides, painted on the side of buildings. There was a Spider-Man statue above a chip shop. It's like, I know none of this has been officially licensed. And I don't understand why nobody's getting sued about it. But they've been there since I was a kid. It's worked like that since I was a kid. I can only assume it's a case of there's no point pursuing it because as soon as anyone gets investigated, they disappear and just get replaced by somebody else. And it's probably one of those situations of you just can't keep up with it to keep on top of it and nobody's doing it for very long. But then on the flip side of it, like the Spider-Man on the chip shop, it's been there at least 30 years. I can't believe Disney haven't just said, take that down. I suppose the answer is, does it do their brand more damage to just leave it up or to make a fuss and get it taken down? And I imagine it's a case of they look worse by asking for it to be removed than the damage it causes by being there, because it's not causing any damage by being there. Because probably because no one who has made a fortune as a copyright lawyer books a holiday to Skegness. I mean, I imagine part of it is because it's not financially worth pursuing. Because I guess, what's the end game? If you're just trying to get them to stop doing it, there's no keeping up with it because there'll always be someone to replace them. If you get one person to stop, someone else will take their pitch and just start. So there's no stopping it. And there's no point trying to get any money out of them because they haven't got any money to got. Like if Apple sue them for making fake or for selling fake AirPods, I mean, it's not worth Apple's time or money, is it? And they're not going to make any money out of it. It's just our whole seaside rules. It's always been the way. The rules don't apply by the seaside. But it is fascinating. I'm looking for a frog. There's a frog here somewhere. There's so many little critters. What colour's the frog? Greenish. Oh, it's there. It's IP infringement, whack-a-mole. They stop one company, they open up under another name. Happens all the time. Yeah, exactly. And it's been like that forever. And it's just worse at the seaside, and it always has been. But it's not just like knockoff products. You can also go there and buy like BB guns and just stuff I can't imagine being able to buy anywhere else. And it's like, it's just it's just dodgy, isn't it? It's just one of those things. It's a dodgy old seaside market that's been there forever and will always be a dodgy seaside market because there's no way to stop it without shutting the whole thing down. And if you shut the whole thing down, then everyone complains. There's no winning. You don't want to be the monster who shuts down Fantasy Island that so many people love. But it is a very strange state of affairs out there. So we have an orange minifigure over here. It comes from the old travelling carnivals. They're all cons wrapped in spectacle and we love it. Yeah. And then the annoying thing is, obviously, if you or me were to start a market stall there selling counterfeit goods, you can guarantee we're the ones who get sued within minutes of opening. And it's like, but that guy's been doing it forever. And we have a monkey and a goat. Lots of lovely critters going in here. Any plans on ever building the Titanic? I'll build it on a cruise ship when we hit 100,000 subs. That's always been the goal. 100,000 subs, we build it on a cruise ship. I don't particularly want to build it, and I certainly don't want to own it. But I've said since the channel first started, we'll do that when we hit 100,000 subs. And I am a man of my word. Ordered my block party tray, just waiting for delivery. Lovely stuff. What new type of videos can we expect from the new office? I don't know that there'll be a new type of video, just better quality overall. There might be a few more, I guess, hybrid style, vloggy style videos, but it's not something I want to make a habit of doing a lot of. But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily going to change the type of content. I think the type of content is working. I think it massively improved the quality of content, which is the key thing. Finally watched the European trip vlogs, mention the items sold in Dutch services, then later Anna handing you a cylindrical giraffe and you yelling, "What is it?" "Oh, a pental case." Made me laugh. Yeah, well, I was a little alarmed. Ba, 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 ba. But yeah, that Dutch service station was bonkers. If you haven't watched those vlogs, you should watch those vlogs, boys and girls. I was flabbergasted. Those Dutch rascals. More minifigures. Green guy. Where's your head? There it is. White guy. And now we've got black guy and brown guy, and I cannot tell the difference between these two colours. Which one of them is black and which is brown? I think that's the black one. No idea. I think you go there. No vlog moment will ever beat the Eton Tidy for me. That was pure comedy gold. And I've never called it anything else since. We paid extra for that Eton Tidy, if I remember rightly. Minifigures. So these go on there. Oh my word. There's some very iffy crumbs. We've got that BrickLink problem again where everything's not quite perfect the way it would be if it was a Lego set. It's not quite got that level of quality control perfection that we come to expect from like a Lego Ideas set. But we got over it. We're good. That does look so cool though. What a great set. Oh, hold on. Got stuff to add to it. Where does this go? On there. Go on. Don't be a rascal. Beautiful work. It is huge. It definitely is huge. I mean, what have I got to show you context of how big it is? If you know how big the Eevee is. I mean, it's massive. It's certainly going to fill a shelf. Bag 11. Kevin. Certainly because Lego collectors are obviously collectors at heart as well. It is very much a set that appeals to the collector's mindset because we've all got a cabinet like this. Even during our Lego Dark Ages, we still have a cabinet like this in our living room. It's just got goodies in. Nerdy goodies that we've accumulated over the years. So it is very cool because it's just got such a variety of nerd stuff in it. What's going to be the August 1st gift with purchase? I mean, if the last few launch days are anything to go by, they seem to be quietly phasing out general gifts with purchase on big launch days in favour of set specific ones. Like we're getting the X-Files one with the X-Files set. But there doesn't seem to be any word of there being just like a general one, because they know people are going to buy on launch day anyway. So they don't need to add the extra incentive. So I don't know. I don't know if there'll be one. I guess we'll find out. The other part of your question, I answered one of the first several times you asked it a minute ago. If you rewind like 3 minutes, you'll hear me answering that. It's so small. Yes, it's Christmas. We love Christmas. The World Cup is over. It's Christmas now. The World Cup is over. I'm ready for the new football season. It seems like it's ages since we've had regular football. Let's get some proper football again. When can we pick our FPL teams? When does that open? Are you aware it's only July? Yeah, but the World Cup's over. My birthday's been and gone. I'm ready for Christmas now. It's time. The moment has arrived. Plus, Christmas songs are great songs. You don't have to wait until Christmas to sing them. They're great songs. Are you planning any bigger builds for the charity stream? I'm not really planning anything for it yet. I know it's quite close and I probably need to plan it, but there's a few things that I've pondered very briefly. Like, I never got round to making the every Creator 3-in-1 set released in June. So I could just build all of them, which is like a good 8 or so sets, I think, which will certainly keep me busy. I've also got a load of the BrickLink sets that we could do, but at the same time, there's some big sets that we could do as well. I've got the Hogwarts Express, I've got Gringotts, I've got the Grand Piano. I could sit there and do the Sit Complex expansion. So there's a lot of, 24 hours is a lot of time to play with. So we'll see. I'll figure something out. That song always reminds me of Die Hard. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say next, boys and girls. I've never seen Die Hard. Believe it or not, it's a film I've not seen. Hard as that might be to believe. Boing. All right, do we think we're getting another layer on this, or is this the top now? I think this might be the top. Which means it's actually quite a dumpy little cupboard. It's the greatest Christmas film ever. So I'm told. Although, I don't see how it could be better than Santa Claus the movie, for a start. I just don't watch films. And I apparently can't build Lego sets either. There we go. We got there in the end. I'd love to see you. I've got bag one for Wicket now. So yeah, Wicket the Ewok can now be a thing that happens. I might do him on Friday. That might be a nice way to say goodbye to this Lego room. Which will be... This is the third stream location we've had for this channel, isn't it? Bearing in mind the channel has only been going like 2.5 years. We had the Lego room at the old house, the living room here, the Lego room here, and now we're moving to the studio, which is going to be the permanent home then. No more temporary homes. Permanent, forever home. Or at least for the next 3 years, because we've signed a 3-year lease. Right, let's push that back. I think we are doing the top of the cabinet now. So we're starting to get some see-through bits. I had you down as a Muppet Christmas Carol fan. I saw that for the first time a few years ago. Because I love the Muppets, but I hadn't ever seen the film. But Anna made me watch it, and it was alright. A bit long. Films are just too long. I don't have the attention span for them. I'm alright with films if I've got like my laptop with some Football Manager on, or my Switch or a DS or something, and I'm playing Pokemon or a game of some kind. I just don't have the attention span to just sit and watch like a whole entire film for hours. They're just too long. Give me it as chunks. Make it ironically, make it a series that I can binge, and I'll watch it for 8 hours straight, as long as it's broken down into 22-minute chunks. But if you tell me up front that it's 3 hours long, I don't have 3 hours. I ain't watching that. I got better things to do. Yeah, I think these are the doors. You are correct. I think we're doing doors. Studworks. I don't know if you can hear me or not. You are repeatedly asking the same questions that I have already answered when you asked them previously. So I think either you're just not listening, or, to give you the benefit of the doubt, probably more likely, you're watching the stream on a delay, but still typing in the chat. And we will get to them eventually once you catch up with real time. So this is me talking to future you, I guess. That's why it felt like I wasn't answering. But please stop spamming the same questions over and over again in the chat. It's not a fun time for anyone. Do you listen to audiobooks? Yes. If so, have you heard of Dungeon Crawler Carl? Yes, I was listening to the Bedlam Bride. Is that what that one's called? Something of the Bedlam Bride. I was listening to that in the car today, because I had to nip over to the studio quickly because we got a delivery. So useful having that Ring doorbell. A delivery that was supposed to come on Wednesday came today. They just left it outside, and I had to nip over there quickly. But yeah, I had a little bit of that on. I do like Dungeon Crawler Carl. It is good. There've been a couple of Dungeon Crawler Carl QWERTY t-shirts recently that I've ordered, so you'll see those show up in videos and streams when they arrive. They might even still be on QWERTY now. If you want to check it out, don't forget to use our QWERTY link, our QWERTY code, sorry, discount code Block Party saves you pennies at checkout if you want to buy something from QWERTY. But they have had some Dungeon Crawler Carl t-shirts recently. I think they've got a big sale going on at the moment as well. Not necessarily on those shirts, but just in general. And obviously, disclosure, if you do end up buying through that link, it is an affiliate link, so we do earn a little kickback from it as well as it saving you some money. Do I have the road bike yet? I don't think it's even a yet situation. I just don't anticipate me ever having it. It's too big, and I'm not that interested. I'm certainly not an I need every set kind of guy. Contrary to the impression you might get from the videos. I don't own a bicycle. I certainly don't need to own a Lego bicycle. I feel like buying an actual bike is something I'd need to do before buying a Lego one. Do I have Avengers Tower? Yes, it's in the Lego City. I imagine the next time you see it, it will be in pieces, rolling around a transit van. because it didn't travel well last time. That and the Daily Bugle do not travel well. So I imagine that'll be needing a rebuild by this time next week. If Lego could get the IP, what brickheads would you like to see? Footballers. Like Premier League footballers. That would be cool. I'm going to go look on QWERTY after this. Do I need a code from you? Discount code, Block Party. Will save you £1 at checkout. Or €1 or $1. Depends where you are in the world. It will save you 1 unit of your local currency as long as it's one of those 3. I think they're the only 3 currencies they transact in. The video about how much you spent so far shocked me. I thought it was going to be way more. I mean, that's just on the city, remember? That's not on Lego in general. So that doesn't include any of the sets in here, any of the sets around our house, any personal collection stuff. So I imagine the number for Lego in general is probably double that number, I imagine. Have you ever liked a set so much you just assembled it and built it again? No. Oh, I couldn't cope with that. I don't like rebuilding stuff. I'm the kind of person who, when I'm playing a video game, I hate redoing the same bit. Like, I never completed a Grand Theft Auto game until GTA 5. Because GTA 5 was the first one in the series that added the feature where if you fail a mission 3 times, you can skip it. And there was still a couple of moments where I was like, I might not finish this. I don't think I can stomach trying this a 3rd time, this section. But yeah, I can't. I hate redoing stuff I've already done, just in general. It hurts my brain. So yeah, rebuilding the same set is not my idea of a fun time. It's why the Home Alone house is still in pieces under the city. That's obviously something that will get rebuilt now, because Anna will be there to rebuild it. Wish they had bigger sizes on QWERTY for the big people out there. I don't know what size they go up to. This is a QWERTY 2XL, I think, what I'm wearing. And I would define myself as a bigger person. 6'2", about 20 stone. There's a lot of me. I'm a big boy. Right, we're attaching a door from one hinge, which seems bonkers. I guess there's the one at the bottom as well, but this doesn't seem secure. So cool. And now I guess we're doing the other side. Ba 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 ba. Doobie Kevin. My Home Alone house is in a container, not due out till near Christmas time. I mean, it was it being in the Winter Village that ruined mine, because I put lights in it and it fell apart because I hate light kits. Never again. I'm not a light kit guy. My husband always says that. Why don't you take them apart and put them back together? That's not fun. Yeah, I think it's the taking apart more than the putting back together that I struggle with. I think I probably, if and this is a bonkers sentence that I wouldn't actually do, but if I were to buy a new Home Alone set brand new in box, I think I'd have a fun time building it again. It's the taking it all apart that I don't want to do. That does not sound like a fun time. But I know some people really enjoy that. I think Anna quite enjoys disassembling sets. So I've said to her, with the Home Alone, she can, if she wants to disassemble it and rebuild it, she can fill her boots. I mean, if she wants to disassemble it, put it in numbered bags and let me rebuild it, all the better. But I'm not that much of a monster. If she goes through all the hard work of disassembling it, she can rebuild it. And we'll just pop it back in the city where it should be. I think mindlessly following Lego instructions is my exception to the not liking to do things over and over again thing, because I switch my brain off when I'm building a Lego set, so it's different. But yeah, disassembling one, knowing that I've then got to reassemble it, my brain hates pointless things. The fun part of it is putting together a set you've never done before and displaying it. Yeah, I agree. I built my Home Alone set as an Advent set. God knows what this year's one will be. The family Christmas tree was a really good Advent set last year. I really enjoyed that as well. I haven't got plans for them for this year. They're the two really from the current product line. I think Arkham Asylum is 24 bags. And I feel like X Mansion might be 24 bags as well. I think there's been a few sets that are conveniently 24 bags, so would work as an Advent set. But obviously they don't have the Christmas link that Home Alone and their family Christmas tree do. But yeah, I'm not sure what or if I'll do as an Advent set this year. We might do something grander this year. I'm not sure what. Maybe build a complete set every day for the 24 days. I'm not sure what kind of sets. I'll have a ponder. I don't need to think about it yet. As someone quite rightly pointed out, it is only July. I don't need to be planning Advent just yet. I took my Avengers Tower apart and rebagged it. It took a whole day. Wow, wizards. Arkham's 24 bags. We do have a second Arkham now because we got Anna assigned one in Billand, which she's not built. She was looking at it for so long that I just bought it for her because she clearly wanted it, and then she's not built it. It's like, well, what are you doing? That was like 250 quid. Build it. We'll have that conversation on stream on next Monday. There's a Christmas set coming in October which has a light brick. Yeah, all the Winter Village sets have a light brick in. That's just the annual Winter Village set. Next stream will be the last stream in this room, Friday. And then Monday will be the first stream in the studio. Hopefully, if it's all set up in time. Friday will definitely be the last stream in here. I can't guarantee we'll be ready to stream in the studio by Monday. But we certainly won't be able to stream here anymore because the lights will be gone, the camera will be gone. all the gear will be gone. Whether or not it's fully up and running and functional in the studio might be touch and go. We might miss a stream. But it will certainly be, if we're not streaming Monday night, we'll be sat there in the studio getting the streaming stuff working so we can stream on the Friday. I'm also excited about the Halloween stuff. The Midnight Valley collection, I think, is very cool. And it's such a no-brainer. I can't believe they didn't already do it. And people weren't even asking for it. It's not as if it's like there was loads of people clamoring for it, but now they've announced it. It's like so obvious they should have been doing it already. People go bonkers for Halloween. And hopefully it just goes on forever, like the modulars and the Winter Village. Sets with 24 bags beside the ones you mentioned, 1989 Batmobile, and the... Oh, well, then I'm buying the 1989 Batmobile then. Decision made. Anna's already got the Burrow downstairs, which I'm going to try and yoink off of her to put in the city now we're moving. But yeah, 1989 Batmobile. It's been on my wanted list forever anyway. That seems like justification for buying it to me. We can all agree to tell Anna that I have to have an Advent set. I've done it the last 2 years. It's a channel tradition. The TikTok channel is basically built off of that Home Alone series. We got so many followers off that a couple of years ago. Right, bag 13. We are getting there. 2 more bags, I think. And this is one of them. Oh, I'm definitely not a Halloween person. I don't celebrate Halloween, or I've never been trick-or-treating. My kids never went trick-or-treating. But I like me a haunted house Lego set as much as anyone. What on earth is this? Some of the images on here are rubbish. I cannot see what I'm supposed to do here. I'm guessing a little bit. I think this. Oh no, that's definitely wrong because that doesn't fit. So what have I done wrong there? You handsome rascal, Kevin. What? Is there a longer middle bit that should be in there? What? That goes there. Ah, that's the wrong piece, that's why. And that goes there. And then like that. Okay. The images are so bad on the PDF. There's no interactive instructions yet. BrickLink is a bit rubbish for getting the interactive instructions ready. So it's just a PDF, and it's like the worst scenario for Lego instructions. The interactive instructions on the Builder app are usually really good and better than the paper manual, but the PDFs are awful. And yeah, because it's still relatively recent, it's still in PDF land. I don't know why it takes so long to get the Lego Builder instructions ready. I'm sure they've got a perfectly valid reason for why the sets come out and then 6 months later they release the interactive instructions. It's weird. I went to Halloween once. I went to America for Halloween and it was an experience. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, TV certainly has taught me that they make a big fuss about it. which I'm sure is fun if everybody's doing it. It's just one of those things here where even if I were really into it, you can't really get into it properly American style because you need everyone else to be really into it too, and you're just never going to get to that situation here. It's just not that big cultural thing that it is in America. Halloween here in the States is a whole season. Kids starts just after kids go back to school in August, September, and lasts until nearly Thanksgiving. Yeah, see, here at most it's the night itself where you'll get 2 or 3 kids knock on the door if you forget to turn your lights off. And if you're young and cool, there might be a costume party the weekend nearest to the day itself, and that's it. It is not a big deal at all. The fact that it comes so close to like bonfire night here, which is 5 days later, which is much more of a traditional big deal for us, where we do our fireworks, it's not really positioned ideally to compete, because fireworks are much more fun than skeleton costumes. Is the Sesame Street building in your city a mock? Yes. If so, was it multiple? It was 2 of the official set plus some additional pieces, if I recall. You used to get the cutouts in the paper to put in your window to tell people not to knock. We never even needed that where I lived. It was very much a case of if you didn't have a pumpkin outside, you didn't knock. It was assumed you didn't knock. And you'd occasionally get a few people who took part, and they'd indicate their willingness to take part by putting a pumpkin outside. Otherwise, the general message from schools and everything was like, you don't just knock on a random door. That's not okay. It was, you'd always get the lectures about scaring old ladies. Don't scare the old ladies. You can't go and threaten old ladies with egging their house. These poor old ladies, sounds like they were terrorised throughout the 80s by people dressed as ghosts egging their houses. Won't somebody think of the old ladies? I just leave a bowl of sweets outside so they don't knock. Not a bad plan, although speaking as someone who never gets anyone knock, I save the sweet money. We buy some sweets, but we keep the sweets indoors. Nobody knocks and comes for them, so we get to eat the sweets ourselves. Which sounds like the ideal scenario as far as I'm concerned. Although I don't particularly like sweets, so actually we buy the sweets and then Anna eats the sweets because I don't really like sweets. And every year I make the argument that we should be getting chocolate because I like chocolate. I just don't like chewy, sugary sweets. But apparently they'll melt. I think it's just because Anna likes sweets. Oh, that's in the wrong place. Right, what are we doing? We're in the end game. Ah, that did not clutch. There we go. We got there in the end. And we need another one of them. Question. I know you don't like sweets, but do you have a favourite kind of candy bar? By candy bar, are we talking chocolate bars? This candy, this word candy, it's not really a word we use. Are we talking like chocolate bars? Is that a candy bar? Or is a candy bar a whole different thing? If we're talking chocolate bar, I think these days I'm a double-decker guy. Double-deckers are pretty good. Although, like a Twix, a Kit Kat Chunky, you can't really beat the classics. I was never a big Mars bar fan, or Snickers or anything like that. They never really did it for me. But Toffee Crisp's a good one. Go back to the 90s, I'll have a Maverick bar, please, which was basically like a cross between a Toffee Crisp and a Lion bar, but with raisins as well. It was great. But they haven't existed for many a long year, unfortunately. Right, last bag. Here we go. Ba, 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 ba. Huh? Okay. I didn't know where we were going for a minute there. This roof is it called a roof? The top of this is confusing a little bit. I think it's going to look very grand and ornate. Why do you Brits not like Bounty? Because it's got coconut in, and coconut is dirty. I mean, some people love Bounty. My mum used to love Bounties. Some people like coconut. I am not a coconut fan. Are you excited for August LEGO release day? I am. I'm excited for all LEGO release days. But there are some very cool sets coming out in August. I'm particularly excited for the buildable Animal Crossing figures. I'm not usually a buildable figure guy, but I do like Animal Crossing. And I do want them on my desk. I'm looking for the wrong piece completely. I should look at the instructions properly. I'm an American and I absolutely hate coconut stuff. Yeah, I think coconut is, it's one of those things that is very divisive. And I am very much not in the pro-coconut camp. I don't mind fresh coconut. I just don't like coconut flavour things. On coconut, I've just had pina colada flavoured milk from a milk vending machine. See, I don't like pineapple either, so pina colada has never been something that has appealed to me. Whereas it's a flavour Anna is very fond of. I think one of the reasons I'm not a massive coconut fan is because I remember the late 90s and every girl down the pub having Malibu breath. And it's like, oh God, why do you all stink of Malibu and cheap perfume? It was Malibu or Archers, and they were both horrible smelling things. Just drink a normal drink that doesn't smell of sun cream. I don't like coffee, chocolate sweets, but love drinking coffee. I never used to like coffee flavoured sweets, but I now do. That's something that has sprung up on me as I've gotten older. I don't know at what point the crossover happened, but in recent years, I have found myself being the one who eats them out of the Christmas chocolate tin, whereas they used to not get eaten at all. But I quite like them now. And I don't consciously remember there being a moment when that changed. I just realised at some point I didn't used to like these, and now I do. It was Bacardi Breezers in my day. I think Bacardi Breezers were slightly after. I remember Hooch. I remember Smirnoff Ice. I don't know if any of these still exist now. But I think Bacardi Breezers maybe came slightly later. Or just the girls round my way weren't into them. And it was only ever the girls, because the lads would all be pretending they liked beer. Or I assume everyone else was pretending. I mean, the fact that I don't really like it now, that's just shattered. Maybe some of them really did like it, but I was always pretending to like it. Oh, hold on, where's this piece come from? We have a piece. Oh, there. Alright, let's try that again and hope it doesn't destroy itself this time. Hold together, you turtle. Hooch is the only alcoholic drink I like. Most alcohol is disgusting. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't drink at all these days. I haven't drunk any alcohol for. I mean, it must be getting on for 10 years now. I don't know exactly when. I know I stopped drinking around the time the daily vlog started, so that's nearly 10 years ago. And that was purely a function of every night having to edit a video to come out the next morning. So there was just never an opportunity to drink because I would need to be working last thing in the evening every day. So I had that 2-year run of doing the daily vlog where I didn't drink at all. And then at the end of it, it was like, well, I don't need to start again. So I just never did. So yeah, it's probably been like 10 years since I've had alcohol. Right. Is that supposed to hang over the edge there? I think that's supposed to hang over the edge. Am I looking at the right side? I think I am. Anyone watching this with their kids, firstly, it's 9:15. Send your kids to bed. But I do apologise that the last 10 minutes I've basically been discussing alcoholic drinks from the 90s. And I apologise to Holy, because I don't think I'm supposed to mention any other drinks. Not that 90s alcohol hops are a rival brand, I suppose. So I think we're probably okay. Holy, of course, do their cocktail flavours now. So if you enjoy all of these flavours we're discussing, look at me, I'm a pro. If you like all these flavours we're discussing, then you can probably get a Holy cocktail in that flavour. Boom. Ad read. What a pro. Oh, my word. This is what happens when Anna's not here to supervise. It all goes off the rails. Summer holidays, kids are going to be feral. I might be the most evil parent in history because all through my kids' childhoods, bedtime was just normal bedtime during the summer holidays. Just because you're off school doesn't mean you stay up late. We maintain routine. Having an autistic parent must be the worst thing in the world. It's like there's no reason for routine to change. Why would we change routine? Holidays are supposed to be fun. Why would we ruin the fun by abandoning our routine? Routine allows the fun to happen. Yeah, so bedtimes didn't change during the summer holidays in my house. Will Dave be in attendance on streams in the new studio? Eventually, he won't be next week. We have talked to him about it. He knows. Because although we'll be in and the stream setup will be in, there'll be huge parts of the room that are still under construction. And there will likely be Lego sets on the floor and half-built tables. Like, the city won't be finished for next Monday. The goal for Monday is get everything out of the storage unit and pile it up in the studio and get the streaming area set up so we can start working out of there. But the city tables probably won't be finished, or might not be finished. They might be finished, we'll see. We'll see how Matt gets on this week. He's there now, I think. He might be listening now, but I know he's there now working on the city tables, so they might be done. But they certainly won't all be covered in Lego that's in the right places. So yeah, we need to at least get to the point where there's nothing Dave can destroy before we can let him in. So he'll be there eventually on a trial basis. And if he behaves himself, he can be there a bit more consistently. But the first few streams will be 100% animal free, I'm afraid. Ah! Oh, this is a bit fiddly. There we go. I'm sure once it's all on and all together, it'll be fine, but it's crumbling a little bit as I'm assembling it. How's Anna? Anna's good. Anna was ready to stream tonight, but in the end we had to say no because there's no room for her in here because it's half disassembled. But yeah, she's ready to come back. She's ready. I'm sure she misses you all desperately. Check out the cameras, make sure he's not slacking. Well, there's deliberately no cameras pointing to the inside of the studio at the moment because I didn't want Matt to think I was checking up on him. So I can see the exterior cameras, so I'll know when he got there and I'll know when he leaves. Everyone who's on our Patreon would have seen the security images of him arriving and leaving over the weekend. He left at like 1:45 in the morning on Saturday night and he was back by 10:30 Sunday morning. He's a machine. I was sat there at home in my pants monitoring his comings and goings on the security cameras, thinking I should probably head down there and join him if he's already there. I should probably put some clothes on. I think this means I've reached old age, went out for the evening and made it back for the end of the stream. Yeah, that's the spirit. That's a proper night out. Huh? Okay. I don't think I have the right coloured piece here. It's the wrong type of piece, not the wrong colour. Let's put the right piece on. Will you have a rest area in the city for when Anna gets tired? Yes, that's the plan. We're not quite sure how yet, but yes, definitely. Oh, we've got pumpkins. Pumpkins with frogs on top. How very exciting. Oh, crumbs, that is going to collapse. This is very precariously held together at the moment. Yeeks. I just want to get it attached, so... Oh, we're now getting it attached. So it has a little bit of structural integrity to it. This is the danger zone. Getting it on without it crumbling. Let's open the doors a little bit. Oh my word. Oh, it doesn't do upright. What have I done wrong? Oh, the doors stick a little bit. Cool. Blimey, governor. There we go. Ah! Oh, it's just a dangleberry. That's fine. Right. Now we're lying it down. What are we lying it down for? This is madness. Now what are we doing? And where are we doing it? Oh, we're putting feet on it. Couldn't we have done this at the start? This is insane. Again, this is something that LEGO Quality Control should be picking up. Why on earth are we doing this last? I've got nowhere to hold it. My word, this is horrible. I'm just convinced it's going to explode because I put a little bit of pressure in the wrong area. Matt's an animal. Where does he get all that energy? I mean, you asked for that. You seem like a plant. But we've got a very well-stocked holy cupboard. Come on, don't explode. Don't explode. Why do we need more bits? We've got enough feet now, surely. Every little bit of pressure I exert is horrifying. Ah! Oh, my word. More! We're doing little feet now. Do we need little feet? Little feet don't seem necessary. Is Matt a volunteer or employee of Block Party? It's complicated. He's legally ambiguous. And shall remain that way. If anyone asks, he was never there. But at the same time, if other people ask, he's there all the time. Boys and girls. What a great set. I know I say that sentence a lot. But I'm already picturing this on display behind us in the setup in the new studio with so many cool little bits and bobs in there, minifigures and weapons and little nods to other themes. Obviously, you can swap that stuff out and put your own stuff in if you want to. Who's going to sit in it, though? We need to have a ponder about who's going to sit in this chair. I mean, it certainly would fit a Brickhead. That's for sure. But I reckon Snoopy would probably fit there. But Snoopy's a little bit top heavy, so we'd have to remove some of the pieces so that we could like properly attach Snoopy. Oh, but yeah, we'll find someone to sit in it permanently. Definitely. That's a great set. But we are going to wrap the stream up there, boys and girls. Like I say, one more stream in this room now, which will be on Friday, where we'll have to have a think what's an appropriate goodbye to this stream room, which has served us very well for over a year now. This has been the longest stream home block party has had so far. But yeah, it will be hopefully largely boxed up by Friday's stream. If you watch on Friday and all this stuff is still on the shelves like this, that means I did not get everything done that I wanted to get done. Because we've got 2 vans this weekend. And this stuff is all supposed to go in them. So it kind of needs boxing up. But yeah, it's all very, very cool. Lovely set. And I'll see you on Friday. Obviously, lots of stuff going on between now and then. Keep an eye out on all of that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Toodle pip. Big smiles.